Alright guys, this video was filmed in 2 different parts on 2 different days. I'll get into what was going on when we get to that portion of the video. Let's do it. What's going on guys? Today is the day. It's a first for me, the first time on this channel, the first time in my inventory. You know it's always a good day when you got Beretta and Langdon teamed up together. Here it is, the PX4 Storm Compact. Here we are, the PX4 Storm Compact. I have never owned a PX4 in any of the configurations. I've never shot a PX4 Storm in any of the configurations. But I figure what better way to do it but to do it big and get it Langdonized. I don't know if they use that term, but if you don't, Langdon, feel free. This thing is done up. This is one of the packages they offer on the website. I'm going to show you 2 different versions of it here today, and I'm start with essentially the base model. So this is, when I say base model, this is the one that you could opt for without any of the extras. So this one does have the optic mount and the RDO cut and everything that they do there. So it has that. Originally when I got it, it only had that and came with the coatings on some of the internals and the magazines, I believe, and the barrel was cut and recrowned, but this was the base one. So just the sort of the middle stuff. It has the Gray Guns trigger and all those things, but you can upgrade and do, I think it's the Langdon special Blackout package or whatever. Comes with the extended magazines, the magwell flare, and a compensator. So let's check this out. We're going to shoot it this way first without the compensator and then go to the compensator because it's sort of a pain to take it on and off, and I'll show you why that is when it's time. But again, the magwell I had to put on because there's a lot of internal things you have to do. It's not just a pop on, pop off type of situation. And the little extended floor plates on the mags to mate with the magwell. So let's take some shots with it like this in essentially the normal form, and then we'll go to the compensator. Guys, that beautiful friend of the channel, Monadnock Firearms, have hooked you guys up with a coupon code STEVEMP5 will get you 5% off your order, $100 or more. Please do yourself a favor. Link to their Instagram will be below. All right, here we go. First shots out of the PX4 Storm Compact. First shots with this thing, man, oh man. Man, this shoots, it actually, so it's what's weird about it. So it's a bigger size compact. It's a little chunky, right? Kind of has like a 320 vibe about it. Fits kind of tall in your hand, but I don't know if it's what Langdon's doing on the inside or just the way it shoots. I've never shot a gun with that sort of, that rotating barrel that is what the Storm is known for, but it shoots really soft and really flat with no port. Now this has no compensator. You know, it does have the tall sights they put on to kind of match up with the RDO. Has the little bobbed hammer job they did in the back. Now this is, it's not a safety, it is a decocker only here. So that's cool. So you can do, you know, either full double action or you could do that sort of carry with the hammer bob, but again, no safety, so maybe I wouldn't recommend that. So I would say hammer down. Gray Guns flat trigger is a must. I am a fan of Gray Guns flat triggers. I have them in a bunch of my HK pistols. Now here in the Beretta, so that's part of that option for this package. But man, that thing is nice. The extended magazine floor plates are nice. Now again, Langdon Beretta, they do not make the floor plates for these and the magwell for this. That's a Springer Precision product that comes with, you know, the package. I did want to show you too, so I didn't do one of the extended base plates on this magazine, just to show you that you cannot run that magazine with the magwell. It will not lock into place, so you do have to run that extended floor plate, which again, you'd want to because it is extended and it does make it easier for you to grab it if it doesn't fall free, you can grab it there to do that. So, more shots. So part of that upgraded Blackout package that you get if you opt for from Langdon, aside from the magwell, the smaller base plates, you get this nice extended base plate, which gives you an extra, I think it's 3 rounds. So I think this is an 18-round magazine now. I'll put it in if I'm mistaken down here in the description. But problem with the way this shipped. Again, this is not a Langdon issue. I contacted Springer already. The thing is, when you put this extended base plate on, there is a little, right here, there is a screw that's supposed to ship in with this. So you screw it in and it kind of pops up and tightens it to the magazine body itself, so this does not slide off. So right now, it did not ship with that little screw, so I probably shouldn't be shooting with it because this, you know, could slide off, pop out all the rounds. But I just put 3 in here. I want to try the magazine, and you can see sticks out a little further, but I think that's cool. I would definitely run this in a rig, having this be the backup magazine, sitting taller, and have that more flush base pad in the gun. One other thing, some people are going to say, okay, the grip texture on the PX4 Storms are trash. I would agree that it's not great. There's much to be desired in the grip texture from the factory. It's very slick. There's really not a whole lot to grip onto. So with the package, even just the original package that didn't come with the extra stuff that I have on here now, just the like sort of base package, came with these sort of rubberized Talon grips. Something to note though, if you're gonna run these stick-on grips and you're gonna run the magwell, you're gonna have to do some trimming of the grips for the magwell, because it sits so tight to the grip itself that it won't seat correctly. So you had to trim around there to make it sit flat. It worked, but I wouldn't recommend shooting it without it, because as you can see, it's ready to fly off. All right, so let's do one more round just in this configuration and jump to the coolest part of the video. I just put a few rounds in here. Let's do it with double action, so hammer down with the full weight, the full pull of the double action trigger. See what that's like. I'll tell you, even the double action is nice. So they're doing their Langdon magic in there. It's tuned and lightened and polished and all the things that they do. I think it's that MP4 coating they do on some internals. And I think the magazines, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, this is a great package. The trigger is just really nice, guys. Take a look at this here. This is single action. There's some take up to the wall. It's going to be expected on a hammer gun like this. Really crisp break there. Really crisp. Resets right there. Back on the wall, break. Do it again. Right there. Nice audible. Back on the wall, just a hair. It's really nice. And the long, I'll give you the full double action. All the way, bringing that hammer back. See, bringing the hammer back. So, that first pull is going to be harder. It's going to be longer. Smooth. It's not chunky. Like it's nice and even throughout. So, great on that. So here it is in all its glory, the PX4 Storm with the compensator and the flashlight. This is the second portion of the video I had to come back and film later. What was going on is, because I got this in 2 different stages, I got the sort of baseline package version and then upgraded to like the Ernest Langdon Blackout version, which does the compensator and the flashlight and a couple other things. It wasn't installed from the factory. And because I had to install it, and usually I don't know, I'm not sure if you can get this as a separate package. You may be able to. I called and asked specifically if I could just get this stuff in addition after already getting the pistol. And, you know, they were kind enough to let me do that. So I'm not sure if that's an actual option. It may be, not sure. But if you get it from the factory, it comes pre-installed. And since it wasn't pre-installed from the factory, it doesn't come with instructions on how to install it. And it seems simple enough. You know, you slide the compensator on, you throw the screw in, but it's a little more involved than that. There's a certain insert that the TLR7 comes with that isn't installed from the factory. So I didn't know that it took a different insert to make it fit with the compensator. So that was my issue. Here at the range, when I went to do the before and after shooting it with the base model and then adding on the compensator, I didn't have the right insert in or with me to change it because I didn't know that was the issue. So got back, got it figured out, got it installed. So here we are back today to film the second portion. So let's do it now. I real quick want to touch on a couple things that if you get this straight from the factory, that you would get that I do not have on this particular setup. So because I got it from the factory in the original configuration, which was like, so the baseline package has a few different things I talked about earlier, but in this particular setup from the factory, you get some DLC coatings, I believe, on the barrel. The slide is blacked out instead of like the sort of factory gray from Beretta, I believe. I'll throw down here somewhere if I'm mistaken. So there's a couple features that this doesn't have, but I really wanted to do the mag well, the extended magazines, the compensator, and the whole flashlight setup, just because it definitely has a look about it that is just awesome. I also did get the magazine situated, so I did get that little screw sent to me from the manufacturer of these. Just was a mistake, wasn't included with it. But you'll see here, that's just how it locks it in. Just screws up just a little bit. You don't want to screw it in too far. If you screw it in too far, it won't release properly with the mag release, so you kind of want to back it off, not stick it all the way up. All right, let's see what this thing is like with the compensator. We'll throw some back-to-back shots in to see with and without, but the PX4 Storm is a really flat shooting gun, so let's do it. Mag got caught up on my hand warmer, guys. It is cold out here today. God, it's got like 30 degrees out here. Guys, this shoots really nice. I mean, with or without the compensator. I mean, it's cool. You got the light on there, TLR7. Guys, let's just talk about this thing here real quick. So I am a fan of Beretta. You should know that by now if you followed me for a while. I'm also a fan of Langdon. I've got a few things that Langdon has done. And I've never owned a Beretta PX4 Storm. I'll let you know that if you've never shot one, I would suggest you give it a try because it is a really smooth shooter. It probably has a lot to do with that rotating barrel that they sort of do in this thing that I don't know that's done in any other gun. But it is a really slick setup, and of course Langdonized, they tune it, the Gray Gun's flat trigger, everything, the bobbed hammer, all this stuff that they do just enhances what the PX4 Storm is. When have you ever seen a PX4 Storm look like this? I've never have. It is the coolest version of a PX4 Storm I have ever seen. It feels good, man. I got this sight dialed in, so I'm pretty dead nuts at 10 yards. It shoots really nice. It shoots really flat. Long pull. Smooth, though. I'll get a close-up of this with the reset, but man, that reset is so short and so crisp. You can ride that thing, and it just feels good. Let's get a close-up. Beautiful reset, beautiful trigger, feels great. All right, guys, that's it. It's the PX4 Storm Compact, Langdonized, the Ernest Langdon Blackout Edition. Not the complete package, but it's basically what you're getting there, minus a few other things we talked about. But look, it is a cool-looking pistol, an awesome shooting pistol. You know, I love the aesthetics. I mean, the aesthetics of that pistol, it just looks beautiful. It looks tactical. It looks awesome, and that's half the battle. So if you've never shot a PX4 Storm, check it out. Definitely, if you're on the fence, you've never had anything done by Langdon, definitely got to check out their stuff because it is awesome. All right, guys, that's it for today. Steve MP5 on the Instagrams. I'll see you next time.